can't hear you. Oh boy.
Hello? How about
Oh
this?
boy.
No?
Um, let's see. Uh, yeah, everybody else can, but I need to hear her as well. That's what's important. I need to hear her so we can interact as this goes. I can't hear you, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work.
Hmm. That's interesting. I
Hold
don't know
on.
how that works.
Maybe it's on my end. Hang tight. Hang tight. Let me let me
Okay.
let me unplug and replug. Hang tight for 1 second. Let me unplug it. Maybe it's me. Okay. Hold
Okay.
on.
But y'all can hear me though. Tony
Let
D,
me
got a surprise? Oh, that's
hang on one
okay.
second. Let me unset and reset. Maybe it's on my end since you did. If they can hear you, it's me then. Hold on. 1, 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yes. My
All
bad. It's me.
right.
All right.
Yay.
All right, we back in the game. All right, I
Yes,
hear a little
yes.
fuzz. I hear a little fuzz, but I'm gonna work through that. We're gonna work through that.
Okay.
All right, so check it out. Yeah, so apparently over this weekend it was a lot of name dropping going on here.
All
And
right.
I don't call that name dropping, we call that clout chasing. So something was going on. So I had to make some investigations and get to the bottom of this. So what's crazy, right? When it comes to smoke and mirrors, you got
Mm-hmm.
this is the story of the bad actress. Okay.
Okay.
Damn that fuzz. We running this shit. You right. So out the gate.
Okay.
We're not gonna name any names. Okay.
Okay.
But then, you know, we're just gonna go through this nice and smooth, even though my name was mentioned. So first I'm gonna play a recording of a cast that went down Saturday, and I'm gonna dissect it as it goes down. All right.
All
In
right.
defense, in defense of the honor of the Slamster and the Sunday Night Smoke podcast and all the affiliates. Let's go. Let me know if you hear this.
Okay.
Okay. And then on top of it, can you hear this? If I'm
Yes.
right or I'm not someone who should be being yelled at because whatever, I would hope one of my quote unquote friends, I'm doing air quotes, would be like, yo, dude, stop doing that. Like, why are you doing this? But now I know I'm just going to have moderators and I'll probably ask Kevin, you know what I mean, or whatever, and just be like, just drop anyone who's being an ass in my broadcast because. Okay. Now,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if everybody hears that in the chat room because this damn, what's the name? Do me a favor. Hold
Is that me
on.
still, the
No, no,
fuzz?
no. It
Because I
might be
sound,
me.
I heard it real clear. Did everyone else
All
hear?
right. It's a little fuzz. We're gonna keep it rolling. Okay. I'm trying to let me try to get maximum volume out of this thing here because I want people to hear this clearly. Okay. You heard it? All right. So let's continue this. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a young lady who has some issue or apparently has some type of issue with me. Okay. So I'm gonna take this shit back to the beginning and let's go. Hopefully it sounds better now. Let's see.
Okay.
On top of it, and then on top of it, if I'm right or I'm not someone who should be being yelled at because whatever, I would hope one of my quote unquote friends, I'm doing air quotes, would be like, yo, dude, stop doing that. Like, why are you doing this? But now
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm just gonna have moderators, and I'll probably ask Kevin, you know what I mean, or whatever, and just be like, just drop anyone who's being an ass in my broadcast because I don't want that kind of. I'm a human being. It
Mm-hmm.
hurts me, even if I don't like your ass. It hurts me if you're calling me the c word in my broadcast.
Mm.
Okay. Now wait a minute.
Mm. Okay.
Now that person said someone was calling her the c word in a broadcast.
Okay.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
that sound familiar? Hmm. Let me bring up some motherfucking receipts. Welcome to the wonderful world of the screenshot, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Hmm. Let's see. If anyone can read this clearly,
Yeah, we can read it. That's
this
all right.
is.
I
Yes,
think
can you please read that?
that's all right. I think you're a total C word. So it's all good. This is from Helen Wallace.
And this is, if you read the banner underneath on whose
Oh,
podcast?
oh, well, whoa. On our podcast, Sunday Night Smoke. Somebody,
Wow.
Helen
Wait.
Wallace called you or me a C word, and
No,
she said
me.
it's all good.
Okay. So, all
Okay,
right.
well, she
That
said
sounds
that.
familiar. Okay, so I'm gonna even bring back to the text messages that we exchanged when this verbal assault on Sunday Night Smoke podcast took place live on August 19th, 2021. This is old shit, and they still running the same old script, but it's just like Hollywood. To the young lady
Yeah.
that's narrating her false allegations, you keep remixing the same stories, but the problem is there are a lot of holes in this plot.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
let's continue. So she says somebody called her the C word, but it looks like
She's calling
somebody by
somebody
the
the C word.
name.
If this is the same lady, she's
This is
calling
not the
somebody the
same lady. This is not the same lady, apparently. Miss Helen Wallace, who says, "That's all right. I think you're a total cunt. So it's all good." Towards the Sunday Night Smokester,
Okay.
right?
All
This
right.
lady that's talking, her name is Carmen Lizaga, whatever the fuck.
I thought we
Okay?
not gonna say her names.
I'm sorry, but I have to read it because my name is getting called, and she's gonna say she doesn't give a fuck. She calling names because
Oh,
she's
okay. Well, there you
gangsta.
go.
All
Oh!
right, so check it out. So let's continue. She said somebody's allegedly calling her the C word. So let's find out who this is.
Okay, yeah. Let's find out who's
Let's
calling her the C
continue.
You know what I mean? While I'm trying to have a show.
Yeah.
That's what I think the
Yeah,
real problem is.
and I do think, and Carmen, thank you so much for saying this. But when I need to have moderators, especially if I'm drinking something, because I tend to fly off the handle if someone down below is an asshole, and maybe they could thwart that before I come to that point. So
Yeah,
when did your riff with Smoke start? I mean, if you don't mind me
So-
asking, when did you block
okay,
him?
so what
Okay.
I understand, I don't. Okay,
Listen very
Yeah. We need to
carefully.
listen to this. Yeah, because he called a name. He said your name, Smoke. When did your riff with Smoke start? And
Okay,
he called her name. So yeah, we know who it is.
so
All
let's
right, go
find
ahead.
out. Let's find out when this rift began. And listen very carefully to what this young lady's saying.
so in the old Haps, which by the way, I was only on Haps like at the end of that for like 3 months, so I was still pretty new. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was having a conversation. This is my understanding. He could have other issues because clearly I'm, the C word or whatever it is. So it must be a bigger.
Why does she keep saying that I called her the C word? She's trying to create some narrative that I called her the C word, but in reality, she was on the young lady who has the screenshot calling me the C word. She was on her broadcast the night before. And what I think is that the two of them off camera discussed what happened. And she decided, I'm going to take the narrative and turn it against him and say that I called her the C word. Can you believe that shit, y'all?
Wait, she said
Wait, listen. She said, I called her the C word.
because
So
she
let's
called me the
continue.
C word.
No,
Right?
no.
Yeah.
She said, I called her the C word. So let's continue this because in reality, her friend called me the C word. So let's continue this. I like how the story gets flipped.
Issue than this, but they were having a conversation about women and being raped, right? And at some point when I was in the chat room, I wasn't on the cast, I was just in the chat room.
Okay.
When did we have a conversation about women and being raped?
Do you remember one time we were having a podcast? Me, you, Miss Kimmy Kali Powers, Mr. Tony D were having a conversation, and some young lady came in the chat room and was going ballistic.
I think you were telling me yes because we
Okay.
were head into the conversation, so I didn't get to read
Okay.
all of the chat, but I do recall
Something like that
it
happening,
was
right?
an episode about I think women,
Passing
mothers and
down the culture.
daughters,
Yes,
mothers
something
and
of that.
daughters.
Something of that.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
after we finished the chat, after we finished the podcast, we were just talking extra things. And I said to myself, I said that women need to be conscious of what they're wearing. because for the sickos out there that are committing these heinous acts, it may, and you understand what I'm saying? If you're dressed provocatively, it may make a nut job go nuts. You understand what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
apparently, this young lady tuned in at the middle of the conversation. So for us, in some strange reason, she's saying, I guess, allegating that I said something that it's okay, but let's talk about it. Or
But
let's
she
listen to
said we
what
were
she says.
she said we was talking about rape though. That's not
Well,
even she didn't even
listen.
explain
Let's
it.
let her talk. Listen, let her talk.
Okay, yeah,
Because
yeah. I'm getting a little tight.
she apparently did not. Yes, don't respond too much. Let's just laugh and have fun with it. Because
Okay.
apparently she
Why
came
would
in
we
at the
have a
end of the
conversation about
broadcast.
people being raped?
I
That's
don't know.
awful.
Let's ask her.
And she's awful for
They were
even
having a
thinking.
conversation, and it started going down this tunnel of what women wear, why they get raped. And what I said was rape has
Now she just put words into my mouth, but let's continue.
nothing to do with what you wear. It has to do with fucking power. And I mean, I didn't say fucking power at first. I was just like, that's true, blah blah. But they kept going down this road, and I was like, "What are you doing? That's not true." And I was really upset because I thought to myself, "You guys have such power on this app, and you're." This is not even misinformation. This could get some people in a lot of trouble if men think it's
I was
okay.
thinking that.
Did you hear what she just not said? She said this could get a lot of people in trouble if men think it's okay. Who the fuck said it's okay to do something like that, lady? How could you say that I said something like that? That's totally insane and you're lying. That's a
Well,
flat out
first of all,
lie. Okay, wait, time out because she's just
yeah,
trying to say these
yeah,
things to smear my name. So let's
yeah.
continue. Let's continue because that's a flat out lie.
How
Okay,
in the hell would we have a
because that's insane.
conversation
Look,
about
that's insane. Listen, let's continue. Let's continue. This is insanity, but let's rock and roll.
Was, but it's not. Yeah. That's exactly a puritanical, misogynist
Right.
point of view.
But anyway, from that day forward, he got upset because I guess I questioned him or whatever. And then Tony did this bullshit that I did not even know he was going to do. Tony wanted to try to fix everything. So he had me and Smoke on the same cast without me realizing that was going to happen.
wait.
Wait, time out. Nope, nope. Let me
Okay.
continue. Just chill. Let me narrate this because this is
Yes,
about me,
please.
not you. Let me narrate this, right? So
Okay, I'm
check it out.
sorry.
So since Mr. Tony D was, and I hate to have to bring his name into this, he was on the stream with us that she's referring to, and he wanted to know why she was going crazy in the chat room. And the reason why she was going crazy in the chat room is because she didn't hear the whole conversation. She came in the middle and didn't hear what was being said. And she just drummed up her opinion of what she thought was being said. So I had to eventually mute her because she came into the stream, like she said, she came into the chat room. She did not agree with
Mm-hmm.
what was being said,
Okay.
correct? She
Yes.
started going ballistic in the chat room. So I muted her because it was becoming a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was not grown enough to turn the channel because she didn't like what she was hearing. But that's what adults do. But she's an actress, so she's just acting like she's an adult, I guess. So let's continue.
And this is before me realizing that Smoke was upset or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that upset about this. And this is where I think he got upset. Smoke was saying, "You don't know my brand. You don't understand who I am. You don't know that I'm a comedian." And I casually said, "If you..."
She just now tried to make a joke, and what I said, and I didn't say this to her, I was addressing someone else, not her at all, because I've never addressed her. If you read the bio on the Sunday Night Smoke podcast,
Mm-hmm.
it says a comedic podcast. So if you can read, since you're so intelligent, whoever you are, Miss Young Lady, that's trying to
We're
slander
opinion
me,
radio. We
it
are opinion
says it
radio.
clearly says comedic podcast, opinion radio, random topics every week. So maybe you should read the bio before you consume the content. How about that, Miss Smarty Pants?
It sounds
Okay.
like you two. It sounds like you three were having this conversation with her. You,
And I
Tony
wasn't.
D,
I
and her.
wasn't because I was only in the chat. I said I'm not gonna respond to her because she came into the show disrupting the show, and
Mm-hmm.
basically she got muted, and I just kept it moving. But he
Mhm.
was like, "Damn, well, she was going crazy," and she had the nerve to come on that podcast and say, "I got upset because you didn't say what I wanted you to say."
Oh boy.
So she's some kind of MK Ultra handler. Like she's a Manchurian candidate type of handler. So
Got
she
it.
gets, so you have to say what she wants you to say, maybe in this new America, but not where I'm from. So let's continue. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. So let's go.
Have to explain your brand to me. You're not doing it right. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fact. You can't use that as an excuse for making a bad argument.
What argument did I make that was bad? You
She's
can't
trying to
use
say
that
what the rape thing because
about whatever that she didn't understand what was going on when she jumped into the middle of the
she
podcast.
believed in her heart that we were having this 2 hour conversation about how women should be raped.
And she actually said in her own words, it's dangerous because she's saying men say it's okay. I never said that. That's a flat out lie. Okay.
No? So
This is crazy though.
that's what I guess happened. And that was the end of it. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, okay, we're not going to, I don't need to be friends with everybody.
Okay.
But that is what I remember. And then what
That's what you remember? Let's bring this way, 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 way back. But I'll continue. I'm sorry to keep stopping this. Let's go. It gets interesting.
happened, then this matters. This matters. I had a broadcast and I nonsensical, who seems like a lovely guy, by the way. I've seen a couple of his casts. He seems like a lovely person. Um, he came on to my I've never known him, didn't know who he was. He came on to my broadcast and he said something, something, the Fockers. You know that saying? He always comes in and says something, the Fockers. It's from a movie or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
didn't
the
know.
Fockers.
I didn't know. And I was like, dude, don't come into my broadcast saying bad words. I thought he had misspelled the word. And
Yeah.
nobody had said to me, oh, that's from a movie. He's funny. Nobody had acknowledged who he was.
What?
So it's okay for you to come into my broadcast and say what you want, but apparently other people are not able to do that to hers because it makes her upset. So let's continue.
Well, that was the end of that conversation because then I became everything else under the sun. And then I actually tried to apologize to him, not apologize, but say, you know what, I didn't know that was from a movie, but he was done. And now, not now, because I think Smoke and Nonsensical are over it. I don't think they're spending any time at all
Nobody's even thinking about you, lady. So why did you go on 5 broadcasts in a row over the weekend to try to trash my name? Let's continue.
with me, but I don't know because I blocked them. But the two of them would then kind of tag team with each other, coming into any stream I was in or whatever. And
That's another goddamn lie. Let's clear this up. First of all, for starters, I don't know what happened with her and the other gentleman who she just named, but I kind of heard that she was on a broadcast with Reverend Rick Costa. Sorry to have to mention his name. And I believe they were talking about racism. I
Mhm.
was not there that day. I was not in the chat that day. But apparently, she made a lot of people upset with her racist views, and they gave her the smoke. Okay? But for some reason, since I seem to get people high on secondhand smoke, she, in her mind, thought I was there. And I was nowhere to be found.
Give me popcorn for this. This is good.
I was nowhere to be found. Okay. In
Okay.
another broadcast, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did go in the chat and I did say 2 things to her. Number one, she was clearly lying about something, and I just wrote in the chat room, she's lying.
Mhm.
Point blank, period. I didn't write 20 paragraphs like she did when she came into my chat room. Okay. I just wrote, she's lying. Then near the end of the show, it was her on a Rick Costa broadcast. And at the end of the show, people were discussing zodiac signs on the stream and in the chat room.
Okay.
I simply put, her zodiac sign is annoying. I didn't put anybody's name. So for any woman in the chat or any woman on the panel that felt that their zodiac sign was annoying, well, I guess you're annoying, but I didn't at any time say anything bad to this woman. I never used profanity or vulgarity or called her any curse words
Good.
because I only rock with receipts. So let's get some screenshots popping if that's the case because I came ready to play. Okay, let's continue.
It was just strange. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so, and it's, look it, it's fine, but I used it as an example. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Hi, Rick Costa. I use it as an example because I think what hurt me wasn't that people don't like me or call me names or whatever. It's that you want to be defended. You want people to care enough to say, back the fuck up or stop it. You know what I mean? Hi,
Well, nobody told you to back the fuck up and stop it when you came in my chat room with your bag of shit, did they? So I guess I need protection too, huh? Really? You got some nerve, lady. Let's continue.
Yeah, and you got to understand, that nonsensical nonsense that show is based it's a pure man show where misogyny, they ride that fine line.
Yeah.
And so it's more about, it's more about the men's point of view and
but Kevin, I wasn't on his stream.
Male horror.
So that means if you don't like the topics that men are talking about, don't tune into men's shows. But let's continue.
I'm just saying that
he's saying that the other gentleman, because I don't want to get into the other gentleman show and what he does.
Right.
Let's not get into him.
Man.
He's a manly, let's say he's a man's man. And let's leave it at that.
Got it.
Show and those guys, that's where they come from. That's
I got you.
They do comedy, but they're on that fine line of misogyny and driving home that man thing.
No. I think it's just funny that the initial offender wants to drag it on.
Now, I'm not gonna.
Is it her? Because it sounds like her. That's her, right? Was he talking about her?
I would hope so, but I don't think. See, that's where the smoke and mirrors come in, okay? Because she's able to come up on somebody's broadcast and paint a picture that I'm bothering her and I'm trolling her.
Oh my God,
this is crazy, right? So I hope I don't know if this gentleman, if the smoke was in between his ears or not, that made that statement. But let's continue. But that's how easy it is for people to play damsel in distress and play victim, when in reality they're the persons that's commenced the fuckery to begin with. Let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that funny too, right? That like if you hate, like I didn't like. Okay, so I'll share
like
something.
You dropped it, right, Carmen? You didn't even talk
this
about
is my first time talking about it, actually.
You didn't go to...
So you wait April, let's see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. You wait 7 months to come up here and talk about this, is what you're telling me?
And she said she dropped it, but she's still talking about it. No?
Well, she said she talked about it on 5 broadcasts already, god damn it. So I'm just saying.
Because she's trying to find somebody that'll give her to say, oh, yes, you absolutely right. To pat her on the back and say.
Obviously, she's getting it. So let's continue, because it even gets more funny.
Under campaign or anything, yeah.
Well, I haven't personally talked about the pulsating rose, but she won't drop it.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I mean, Stephen, you totally make a good point. I'll give another example, and this has to do with Vanita and with Helen. So Vanita and Helen, when I first came on whatever happened, it's not that, and maybe this is the difference between men and women. I know that's a blanket statement, but Vanita and Helen both, and me, we had like a little disagreement, and we never really went up on each other's streams or connected with each other. Like we kind of knew, like, you know what, we don't like each other. You know what I mean? It was like, like each other might be a weird word, but we just knew that we were kind of maybe too much for each other, so we stayed away. And if you guys look back, you've never seen me on Vanita's streams or on anything with Benita or any.
Because you were not invited.
You gotta be invited.
Helen. Now, a week before Benita passed away, may she rest in peace. She had commented on one of my streams, and I remember calling Josh and being like, I'm so stoked. Like, I'm so excited. You know what I mean? Like, Benita and I are back on track. And then the same thing happened with Helen recently. And
now, I'd like you to pay close attention to this. Okay? Pay close attention. All right. Ronnie may have to take a call, but I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Because it's not a coincidence that she mentioned the name Helen, who was the person that wrote this derogatory message to me and came in my broadcast and cursed me out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's not a coincidence that she mentions Helen. So let's continue. All right.
Right.
And there's not a coincidence why this is being talked about on a 5 broadcast campaign over the weekend.
Got it.
Maybe that's the difference between men and women. Like, not once did I ever troll or go on Benita's and I've watched Benita's broadcast and Helen's. They never came in and disrespected my casts or anything. And then as time went on, and Tony didn't even know about it. So there was no, I got to fix this, I got to fix it. You know what I mean? We just naturally found our way back to each other. So maybe there's something there about you fucking men being so goddamn emotional. I don't know.
Really?
But Carmen, not all women are like that.
What?
Now, time out. Wait, chill, relax. Check this out, right? She just now said, right, and it's bad that she has to mention this gentleman's name. She says, and she seems like she's throwing a little bit of shade, right, at this gentleman that actually before she said she had a problem with people not quote unquote protecting her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And now it seems like she's throwing shade at the quote unquote protector up here.
Uh-huh.
How strange. Think about that, right?
Mm.
All right, let's continue. Very weird. People talk themselves in circles sometimes. Talk too fucking much, you're gonna put your foot in your mouth.
Not all women are like that.
Yeah, there could be an all woman show on here, bashing men. You know.
What are we talking about? An all show? Bashing men.
There could be a hardcore feminist show. There could be a hardcore feminist show on here bashing men, and I wouldn't go into that broadcast, but I would watch it.
And what he's trying to say is, did you get what this gentleman was trying to say?
I did.
He was trying to say, if there is an all-women's broadcast, and if they're on there bashing men, he would not go on to the broadcast.
Which makes sense.
He'd watch, which makes sense. Keep your 2 fucking cents to yourself, okay? If you don't like it, sit back, shut up, or turn the channel. Come on now. We already did this before, so let's continue.
I think we should have a show where we bash Pena all the time. That's what I think.
Yeah, because that would make sense. Why would we bash Pena? There's nothing to bash him about.
Nice.
Well, his red jumpsuit. We can bash him for that. So.
I like this.
All right. I'm going to stop that right there. But I want to play one more little piece now, right? So now, let's go to
I love that you do voiceover work. What kind of stuff do you do?
Oh, yeah, that's how I made money as an actor. Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't really talk.
When people write a book,
mm-hmm.
and they do like a press release and they just go from radio station to radio station to radio station and they keep, trying to promote their product.
Right.
Her product is Anti-Smoke Slam TV and the other gentleman's name. That's her product that she's promoting right now, right?
On Haps, yeah.
And yes, and it's no coincidence that she mentioned the lady's name who's up there calling me a cunt, because she was on her broadcast the night before. And guess what? They had a Bash Slam Smoke party over there too, goddammit.
So she had a whole episode on the other
ladies before.
Sunday Night Smoke. Just talking about Sunday Night Smoke. She had a whole episode about
She
this.
had a whole episode bashing my name. All right. So check it out.
But I thought she
So
let
it
it
was
go.
look, relax. Check it out. Let me get on to this. Don't let me
Yes,
just let me
please.
just rock this because I know it's
Okay.
offensive. It's offensive. It really is. Because you can clearly see the lies and the hypocrisy. But check it out though, right?
Try not to hear that.
Her
Thank you.
and the lady that called me the CUNT, okay?
Yes.
They must have spoke and she must have told her story because the same thing she's saying about me was the same thing the other lady was doing to me. What a coincidence. She called me the C word, but all of a sudden I called her the C word,
Right.
which I would never do on Reverend Rick Costa's broadcast in his chat room because me and him are cordial and I wouldn't disrespect a reverend. Okay. So that's a straight lie. Number two, I think that they plotted this out and said, well, you know what? Because anybody that's out there listening, several times you've seen me on other broadcasts on live, and you've seen somebody by the name of Leg Lady
Mm.
01 saying bad things about me all the time.
Mm.
But I think they had a conversation and they said, well, you know what? Let's switch it around. Let's pretend that he's following Carmen around saying bad things all the time and that he called Carmen a cunt. That's pretty creative, ain't it?
Mm.
That's a pretty creative shit. I'm gonna give you applause for that, y'all.
Go.
I'm gonna give y'all a shout out for that, but that shit didn't work. So let's continue. Let's watch another broadcast of the bullshit.
About it too much, yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Well, thank
no,
you.
Milton, you didn't speak for me, sweetheart. It's okay. I'm just going to clarify a few things, but
Yeah,
it's
do that.
okay.
Here,
Clarifying.
I'm gonna turn down the sister sledge. We are a family. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, Joy, what were you asking me? I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, are you on Clubhouse? Because there's like a whole group of
Oh no.
voiceover.
You
No,
would be
no.
good
My
on there.
friends is a
You are
voiceover actor.
they're classier than James and I.
James. Anyone's classier than James. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Get to it.
Oh.
So,
Very
I think I see blood.
no, I love James. So
all love
Milton was
James.
referring to a conversation I was having earlier today when I was explaining something
Yeah.
about my God, this is like the fifth time I think I'm bringing up these people, and I don't mean to because I haven't come up for months.
So what the fuck would make you bring us up for the
Why are
fifth
you
time?
bringing it up?
And you
Why?
haven't been in it for months because she's on the program with somebody that's trolling me the night before, and she thought it was a great idea to conjure up some bullshit
But
and go on 5
why?
broadcasts in a row. I don't know. Maybe she needs a hug. Let me tell you something. Maybe she needs a hug. Listen, she's a stalker. God damn it. She's a stalker. Go stalk your ex-husband.
If you get your people, if you get your subscribers by
Look.
being mean and bashing people,
Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll.
It's
Let me
awful.
just chill. Let me just keep rocking and rolling because apparently that's what I do. So let's keep going.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
there was an incident between me and Nonsensical that was a separate thing, and then there was an incident between me and Slam that's a separate thing. What I was telling Milton was when people hurt us, even if we're not friends, and even if they don't like me and I have no association with them, if those people are in the chat and they're writing nasty things about me, it hurts. It doesn't matter how strong of a person you are. If
So she can come in my chat room and write nasty
Right,
things
nasty
about
stuff.
me, but it doesn't hurt me, right? I'm not human, am I? I guess not. Let's continue.
people are degrading you and you're on somebody's broadcast or you're doing your own broadcast, it's not them that hurts, it's that nobody stops them and defends them.
Didn't she just now say she had a problem with somebody trying to make things clean and squash beefs? Didn't she say she had a problem with that? So why is she now saying the opposite? But let's continue. I'm sorry to cut you off, but let's continue. I don't want this to go too long. Let's go.
So one of the reasons I stopped doing my broadcast is because I can't be watching the chat and not being affected by it. And at that time, we didn't have moderators. We didn't.
That's another lie. We always had moderators up here. That's a lie. Number two, the reason why you stop doing your broadcast because nobody's watching. Okay.
And it's not until you
Nobody
start bashing
cares.
people. Now you got the
And,
viewers.
and nobody cares about your lame ass interviews. Let's go.
Now we do. We have the ability to ask someone to be a moderator. So if somebody comes into the chat and says something inappropriate,
like she did,
they'll be muted. And I'm glad that Jay Money is here because it happened last night. Jay Money came onto a broadcast. I don't think he understood what Blaze was talking about. It was a very serious subject. It was a very serious guest.
Yeah.
And Jay Money just came in and just said something that was so inappropriate. And he was
kind of like what she did when we don't believe she saw the entire broadcast and she just came into the middle and said something that I thought was inappropriate.
Lush, I think by Kevin. Kevin was moderating, or maybe it was Blaze. I don't know who. But that kind of thing not only distracts you as a broadcaster, and I'm human, it hurts my feelings. It's just inappropriate. It's just, you don't need
people
to
like you mentioned, they have low self-esteem and they can't help themselves. That's why they can't just keep their mouth shut in the chat.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought I turned off my phone. I apologize for that. Sorry.
But you know what I do, Carmen? To people like that, I just ignore them. Just ignore them. They're not worth your
I think
energy.
that's a nice thing to say, ignoring, but that's what I was trying to explain to Milton earlier today is, yes, we can ignore people, but we're human. And I think I'm one of the strongest people I motherfucking know. Oh, excuse me, Michael. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's a little street.
That's good.
Woo! Those are fighting words.
Why? Wow.
She's auditioning. Let's continue. Let the act continue.
Just because of my life and how I grew up, right? This is part of my survival mechanism is that I am able to push people away and make choices. I'm still human.
Why doesn't she make the choice to go to a different stream if somebody's saying something that she don't like? Because that would be the grown-up thing to do, wouldn't it? Let's go.
If somebody's calling me the C word or the B word or whatever in a stream.
Ooh, it seemed like it expanded.
Yeah, now we
Not only is it the C word, but it's the B word too.
Word.
Really? 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 So let's continue. Oh man.
It's still gonna hurt my feelings and throw me, which I think is their point.
It's too much.
You know,
So you're talking creativity and beauty, the B word and the C word. Beauty, creativity.
I hate when people call me beautiful.
Yes. So we call it curvaceous.
Because they be lying.
So I didn't like it. I like full-bodied. Thank you,
Carmen. I know you have no problem blocking people or muting them. So those people that continue, like people you just mentioned recently, they never stop. That's their MO. That's what they do.
I know, but by the way, I don't think they do that anymore. I'm sorry. I just want to say, I don't see.
No, but I mean, somebody.
Okay. So what's the purpose of how many months later bringing this back up? Oh, I know, because your friend that you mentioned earlier coerced you into doing this, but it was a fake publicity stunt. So let's go to the last episode of the Cap because I don't want to draw this out too long, but we can just see that this is all straight Cap. Let's go to this part. And this is the most important part of all. So let's recap this. She thinks that I got upset because she came into my broadcast, didn't like what I had to say, and typed XYZ. All right? She didn't agree.
Yeah,
she was doing too much. She went crazy. So I said, let me mute her, put her on ice for the rest of this program. Okay? She didn't agree with what I said. She voiced it in a very boisterous way in the chat room. Okay? But now let's listen to this part right here. This is the funny thing about this. Let's see. Let's go.
I stay off your broadcast because I don't want to pretend I like whoever you've just had up.
Yeah.
I'm very.
Listen.
Very selective of when I go up on someone's broadcast.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. People don't even see it because we're not paying attention, because we're not making a big deal. I was never on Benita's broadcast. I was never on Helen's broadcast until last night.
And that's when you guys drummed up your fake bullshit and started your anti-slam campaign was last night.
So
Because the only thing that the two of them have in common is they both tried to start some shit with me.
Yeah, so this happened months ago with the original block.
Yes,
And she's saying that
she had to hold it in until she spoke to Big Bad Helen. So let's go.
Was on Helen's broadcast for the first time.
That was wonderful, by the way.
We did that out of respect for each other, right? Because you support. They might not have agreed with me or liked me or know me that well, and I didn't know them, but I respected them as women. And this is what I'm always going to say, and this is what I said to Milton earlier, is it's okay if people don't like me, and it's okay if I don't like them. It doesn't mean they're not great and wonderful people on the planet. That's why I would never go into someone's broadcast that I don't like and start trying to ruin it. See the difference?
Hey, you did that. You did that. You did that. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
Really, lady? Are you serious? Enough. I'm done. This is crazy. Let me get into this chat. Let me. First of all, let's go through the photos. Shoot first. Okay, so now let's bring up this one right here. Because that's total. Did you just not hear what this young lady said?
Yes, I did.
She
said she would never
admitted
do that,
from
but
the
it's all-
very
all started
beginning.
because of her.
Right? It's funny how this came full circle, isn't it? This all began like she said, and I didn't say how it began. She said it, right?
Yes, she did.
So these are your own words. Anything that you say in a court of smoke shall and can be held against you. Damn it. Are you serious? Are you? Hey, wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Oh, come on, Slam. No wonder why I blocked you. That's absolute insanity.
Really? Think about that now, right? That's crazy. That's so crazy. So let's go to people trying to front. Let's pull up a few faking the funks. Let's present this right here. She faking the funk. Can we read this? This is from Leggy Lady 01 when she was trolling me in one of Helga's broadcasts. Okay? She says it's just the same shit over and over again because I went on Helga's broadcast and she didn't like it. So someone told me she was talking shit. So I just responded to her. She said, I called him out once. I guess that's the time she cursed me out and she's admitting it and said, and I stand by what I said.
I like Stevie Wonder's comment.
Check it out. Yeah, we're going to get to that because that's funny too. He's been in my earth ever since and keeps telling everyone there's, what the hell does that shit say? There's something, whatever the fuck. But then it says, that's a blatant lie because somebody told me what she was saying. And I said, well, you know what, Helga? That's the same lady
Produce a
that called
screenshot of me saying
Listen,
that.
She says, now check this out. I'll tell you that leggy lady's a leggy lady, motherfucking leggy lady liar. She goes on there because I got the 411 on the backside that she's in there talking shit. I said, Helga, this is the same lady that's been harassing me. She called me a cunt. She came into my stream and cursed me out.
Yeah,
and she came on and her response was, that's a blatant LIE in capital letters lie. Produce a screenshot of me saying that.
We see it. We seen it.
More defamation aimed at me. So let's produce a screenshot of her saying that. Mm-hmm. And that was this right here.
That's her name.
This is your name. You wrote this, goddammit. You wrote this, and I got 554 eyeballs on this when this happened. I got 554 witnesses to you cursing me out. And you gonna say that's a blatant lie? Show a screenshot. There's
no problem.
Your screenshot. Have a nice day.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Shut up, goddammit. I don't want to hear no more of this fake shit. Stop it. Stop harassing me. Leave me the hell alone, goddammit. I don't need none of this bullshit. This is bullshit. All right. This is pure trash. Pure trash. Trash. Garbage. All right. So let's talk about who's really harassing who is the
Mm.
question. So if the young lady that was just talked herself into a circle and put her own foot in her mouth, that young lady or the lady that wanted to see the screenshot of her saying that, and we can totally see it. So
Yeah.
if she's saying it's a blatant lie, and I just proved it, who's the blatant liar?
Yeah, pretty much.
Looking kind of suspicious over
Wrong
there,
and
ain't we,
strong.
leggy
Wrong,
lady?
wrong and strong.
So that's some bullshit. So if the young lady that you can clearly see, and I have 554 witnesses that's cursing me out, if
Mm.
she would like to report me to Peter and Pablo, tell them to watch this. It's the young lady that waited so many months to come out of the woodwork and cry, me too. If you'd like to report this to Peter and Pablo, you're lying and you just not lied on yourself. Take that. Ain't that some bullshit?
And
So
believe in your own lie.
if you tell a lie so many goddamn times, you're gonna end up believing it yourself. Can you believe that bullshit? Come on, man. Stop playing with me. I actually, and can you believe this? One time I actually went on someone else's broadcast, and this lady proceeded to troll me. The one that's the very same one whose name is right above this picture. And I begged her, I said, can we please stop this? Stop it. Please, let's leave that in 2021. And you know what her response was? Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what to do.
Wow. For real.
Look, I shit you not. It's on my backwards book. I shit you not. that I pleaded. I'm like, you don't got no wins. Stop it. You harassing me, and then you're gonna go tell them I'm harassing you, right? So every time you throw a stone and I throw a stone back, and you get hit in the head with the stone, you go and run and tell Haps I'm picking on you. It's not true. It's not fair. I got better shit to do.
For real.
All right. I would say I got bigger fish to fry, but in this instance, it don't apply. All right? So, with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody that came through. All right. I really
You're
would like to
welcome.
thank everybody that came through. This has been fun. And I trimmed some of the fat off of this motherfucker too. This wasn't even the full. This wasn't even the
Wow.
full. Yeah, this wasn't even the full slam, young lady. And you're lucky I let you off the hook easy.
Very.
You understand? So
Yeah, you are very
next
nice on the
time,
side.
next time you want to try to drum up some fake shit with your friend, the big mob boss back there, cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for that. Don't come up here and try to drag black men down. Don't do that. All
Mhm.
right? Because when it's convenient, you black, right? When it's convenient, you Latin. All right? Don't come up here
Stop.
trying to drag black men down because that's not what we do around here. All right? We don't play that shit. Cut that out. All right? Take your sorry ass act somewhere else. All right? So, on that note, thanks for everybody for coming through. I hope I cleared everything up. I would address any questions in the chat room, but I don't want anybody to say they were picking on me. So we just gonna leave everybody in the chat room clean of this. And
Okay.
ain't nothing to see over here. Keep it moving, folks.
This was fun.
Oh yeah, you gotta love it. Thanks for coming out, everybody. A lot of smoke, a lot of slam, a lot of elbows. Coming up the top rope on them. Don't play, man. Don't play. All right?
Yeah.